Good morning, everyone. Here's another card for us to work on today. I'm filming this on a Tuesday, very cold Tuesday here in Colorado. My name is Sherry Minnie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I live in a very small rural town called Keensburg, Colorado, which is about 45 minutes northeast of Denver. So I'm glad to be with you this morning. Here's the card we're going to make. This is a black and white card. I love doing black and white cards. I think they're very stylish and just look really, really nice, clean and crisp. So we're doing a thinking of you card today. However, this card could be made into any kind of greeting that you would like. And then on the inside, I just am saying, just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. And so here is what we're going to be using. Our stamp set. Actually, I'm using two and I didn't bring the other in, but for the inside greeting, I'm using the stamp set called Happy Thoughts, which has turned out to be one of my most favorite, especially for greetings. For the thinking of you, or we could do happy birthday, we could do just about anything that's on this set. I'm using the Blossoms in Bloom stamp set. We are using one color of ink today. It's the Tuxedo Black ink, my go-to for black. We're using two different sets of framelits. We're using the Layering Squares framelit, and we're using, for the black, the white piece, we're using a scalloped one, and we're using the fourth one. And then we're also using the stitched shape framelits. And again, we're using squares. These are just a stitched edge, and that will be for the black piece. Okay, and then we'll be using some black matte dots. These are featured in the mini catalog that runs from January to June. And I think that's it. This is a pretty quick, simple card for us to do. So let's get started. In our packet, we of course have our envelope. We have a thick Whisper White card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored in 4 1/4 as usual. We'll just fold that. Use our bone folder and give it a really nice crease. We're using, you have a 3x3 piece, two 3x3 pieces of black, basic black. You have a 3x3 piece of basic white. We have a 3/4 by 3-inch piece of basic white for our salutation. We have a piece of Designer Series paper. This actually measures 2 by a little over 5.5. And then I have a piece that we can use for our envelope. The Designer Series paper that we're using is called True Love. It's all black and white. So here's what I did. I started out with a sheet like this, and I put it on my Scan and Cut because, trust me, there's no way I'm cutting out all of these flowers by hand. So I put it in my Scan and Cut, set it up to cut it. So I started out with a solid piece very similar to this. When I get it done with my Scan and Cut, I end up with a piece that looks like this. I still have a few that I could run back through and cut out, but I just wanted to show you. It does a great job, and I absolutely love it. Not a Stampin' Up! Product, but I do love it. Here is where you'll find the paper. It's in the mini catalog, the January to June 2021 catalog, and it's on page 11. It's called True Love, and it's just all different black and white flowers, and then on the back side you have stripes, polka dots, and that kind of stuff. So to get started, here's the flowers that I cut out. This is what we'll be using on our card. So to start with, I think we'll get all of our stamping out of the way, and then we'll move forward from there. So I have the greeting for the inside mounted on my Stamparatus. I like to do that just to make sure it's good and straight. Look at your card, decide which one's going to be the inside. So this is going to be my front. This will be the inside of my card. I'll put it up in here, make sure everything's in the corner, nice and straight, nice and tight. And then we will take our black. We will ink up our black. I'm having a problem with my lighting today. I don't know. I'm hoping that this is okay. Bad thing about the way I'm set up, I don't really know what it's going to look like till I'm all done. And then we'll put this down. And I think I might just do it a little bit more. There we go. We are done with the Stamparatus. Now in your packet, you will have a small strip. This is 3/4 by 3 inches. And I'm going to attempt my very best to get this stamped in the middle. You want to make sure that you get your stamp really well inked so that you'll have a nice sharp thank you. And hopefully that's the case for here. And then I'm probably going to get my head in the camera, and I apologize, but I need to make sure that I'm getting this pretty central. Hold it for a moment to let it soak in. Yeah, not too bad. Could have been a little higher, but that's okay. So there, our stamping is done. Now it's just a matter of assembling everything. So what we'll do is we will first of all cut out our black and our white pieces. And again, I'm going to be using my cute little mini Boss. I've actually decided to call these machines the Boss machines. And this is the mini one. We use our, I think maybe I'll turn it this direction. I'm going to try to do it sideways so maybe you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing. So we'll have our number 1 plate, which is your base plate. Number 2 acrylic plate. We'll put, actually I'm going to see if I can do both of these on one. I'm not sure if it'll fit on one for this. We'll try it. Actually, I think it's going to. So what we'll do is we'll put the stitched shape on the black, and we will put the scalloped square on the white, and it's a pretty tight fit, but it'll work. Then we'll very carefully take our second acrylic plate, which is a number 3. We will put it in our machine, and we will run it through. Whoops, ladies, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to turn. Oh, I messed it up too. Hold on. I can't do it sideways. I have a thing that they call trigger finger, and so my ring finger on my left hand will get kind of locked in place, bent over, and then it won't unlatch, for lack of a better word. I'm supposed to have a surgery, but I'm putting that off. I may have to bring some washi tape or cut these one at a time. Anyway, I'm supposed to have hand surgery. It's a very minor procedure, but I don't know. With everything else that's going on right now, I'm just not ready to do that. So sometimes it just does not want to let me do the things the way I want them to do it. Okay, we're going to try very hard to get this in here. Get it to there. Now I think I can. As long as I don't bend my finger, I don't have a problem. But boy, if I bend this ring finger down, whew, it doesn't hurt too much, but it sure is a weird feeling. And what I'm really afraid of is someday it'll bend down and I won't be able to get it popped back up. And that's what my doctor said will eventually happen. He said, and you won't like it. So that's why I'm deciding I need to go and get it taken care of. So there's our scalloped piece. There's our stitched piece. So we're all good there. Okay, so now we can just start putting it together. So here's our stitched piece. We will take, I think I'm going to use liquid glue just because it's such a very tight, small border. And I like to make sure that I get it on fairly straight. So we're just going to some glue on. Put it on there. Okay. And then this one, I have a 3x3 just straight edge square. We're actually going to put that on top of there. This one you have a bigger border, so it's easier to get it on there. Okay. Then we will take our little flower pieces that I cut out with my scan and cut, and we're going to put one of them on here, and I'm doing this all flat. The pattern on that side makes my camera go a little crazy, makes my eyes go crazy. And then I'm just placing it on here the way I think it, the way I want it to be. You can put it however way you want. I put the leaves up on this one, okay? Then I have another little piece. This is actually a piece, sometimes on your sheets of paper, this is right along the edge, but it makes a nice way to fit on a little design for the inside of your card. So we'll be putting that on. Okay. And then on the front, you have your little piece of designer series paper. You could use either side, but I thought this was a little busy, so I'm using the striped side to go along the front. And we'll just put some, could have definitely used my seal on this, but since I got the liquid glue right here, I guess just reached for it. And then you want to try and center it as best you can in the middle of your card. Up on the edge, get it good and straight. That looks pretty good. Push it down. Then we'll take our scissors and just trim along the edge of our card base so that we have a nice straight edge at the bottom. Okay. So for this one, I popped it up, and I'm actually, I don't know if y'all know this, but in the catalog you can get black dimensionals, and I thought since this was going on a black card, black would probably be better than the white for this part. Take the backings off. Turn this to the front. And I put mine up a little bit closer to the top so I'd have room for my greeting on the bottom. About like so. And for our greeting, this is white, so I'm going to be using white dimensionals on this. And we will put 3 along the edge. This will just go across the bottom. And I just kind of lined it up. It's about the same length as your bigger black square, and so I just kind of lined it up with that. Then I took some of the matte dots, and I actually used the bigger ones. But you could use whatever size you wanted. Just kind of put them on the end. Very classy, but very simple card. So there, we're done with the card. Then we'll take our piece of designer series paper that's going to go on the flap of our card. And this time I'm going to put the flower design on my sample. I used the geometric design, but I thought, yeah, this time I kind of like those flowers. I really do like this whole packet of paper. I'm going to do some more, and we'll be doing some coloring of, maybe even some blending of colors of inks on these larger flowers. They look so pretty colored. Okay, and all we do is we trim this around the edge. And there we go. We have our envelope. We have our very pretty card. And that's it. This is a card that we will be making on class. Just as a quick reminder, class is this Friday. I am offering 2 sessions, 10 to 12, which is already full, and 2 to 4. I'm allowing six per class. And the morning class is full, and I do have space in the afternoon class if anybody wants to come. And this is one of the cards that we will be making. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.